What's your most unethical life hack? 1. I got this one from a friend who's a judge. If you get called for jury duty and want to get out of it, the foolproof way to be dismissed by both sides is to say, I have a strong respect for law enforcement, and if they've brought charges against someone, they must have done something wrong. Even without evidence, I believe innocent people don't get arrested. You'll be home before lunch. 2. Tell your coworkers you have terrible hearing. Personally, this is partially true for me, but it's not nearly as bad as I make it out to be. Everyone feels comfortable whispering around me, and as a result, I know everything. 3. Really good-looking blind people won't care if you're unattractive. 4. Hotels often charge fees if you cancel too close to your scheduled stay. However, in many cases, you can call to reschedule your reservation for a later date. Then, after some time passes, call back to cancel the reservation. Since you're no longer canceling near the original date, you can often avoid the fees. 5. For any online service where your physical location doesn't matter, like digital downloads, event tickets, or online credits, choose a zip code and a place with no sales tax. For this purpose, I've memorized 59901, which is Kalispell, Montana. 6. I once attended a conference at a hotel. During a break, I went into the hallway and dished myself a full breakfast. It turns out the meal was for a completely different conference. Ours only had coffee and muffins. It was an accident, and I never did it again. But if you're ever in need of a meal, it would be pretty easy to do. 7. I once talked to a homeless man who mentioned that he would often clean out an empty dog food can and refill it with beef stew. He'd sit outside a grocery store eating it while asking for money or food, and people would go out of their way to help him. 8. In my area, building codes are extremely strict, and it's often difficult to get permission to tear down a house completely to build a new one. However, if you apply to remodel the house rather than demolish it, you're more likely to get permission. So, what we've done in the past is leave one structural element, usually the fireplace and chimney, and then build a brand new house around it. 9. Work as little as possible for the maximum amount of money. Avoid letting your boss know when you've completed tasks ahead of schedule. Finishing quickly usually leads to more work. Focus on keeping your boss satisfied without overextending yourself. 10. Get the apps for fast food places that offer reward points. Whenever you visit or even just walk past the restaurant, look around for discarded receipts. Scan the receipts into the app to collect reward points. I've already earned over $1,600 in free food from one app. The same strategy works at Menards during their 11% rebate events. Just pick up rebate receipts from the parking lot. Last year, I got several $100s in rebates that way.